Welcome everyone, I am the Diligent Rascal. It is Tuesday the 14th of August 2018. Thanks again for joining me on this fairly quick video I'm going to do today. Hope everyone's alright. It's been a bit mad really this last week, to be fair. As you probably know, I put a video out last week about Brian Harvey and the situation with Brian Harvey. Now, the video that I put out then was literally just for Brian Harvey. It wasn't for any other reason. Other things were mentioned in the video, but it was literally a side note. But it seems like the side note on that video is becoming more of an issue and more prevalent than actually Brian Harvey's information. So it's only going to be a quick video because I don't really do follow-up videos on things. If you look at my channel, I did some videos about what are our children watching on YouTube, and I did 3 parts to that, but that was like a hefty load of information and a lot of delving that had to go into it. And to be fair, I probably could do multiple videos delving into the characters that are playing their roles in this whole saga. But I can't be fucked, to be honest with you, because it ain't my, you know, I really can't be bothered. It's not worth the hassle for me to go into this stuff that is already so prevalent and out in the open about these characters. But I'm just going to do a very quick video today. So thanks everyone for joining me again. It's Tuesday the 14th of August 2018. So what happened last week? Last week I did a video putting out Brian Harvey from E70's information, publicising that. I didn't really go into his information, but I made it known that he's putting out information and that people should watch it. What I also did as well was said to Brian Harvey, I hope he did listen to it, I don't know if he did or not, did say to Brian Harvey that he needs to be careful about the people that he's affiliating himself with. And in this week, that since the video's been up, I've been affiliating myself with the information that these guys are putting out, and it's seeming even clearer to me now that Brian should stay away from them. And Brian's not a stupid dude, and he could look into this stuff, and I think he's been put into a bit of a corner, and these guys are taking advantage of him. That's my view. So I'm just gonna address this and finish it basically, because like I say, the video I put out was for Brian. It was to let people know of his information, and also to say to Brian, look, just be careful who you're knocking about with. And that was literally it. I've got a bit of shit in the comments, and a few people kind of trolling and that, but it don't really bother me, like I say, because it's not, this channel's not my be all and end all. It's not like I've made a career on YouTube or anything like this. Do you know what I mean? It's just when things happen, I put videos out about things that interest me or I think people should know about. And that's literally it. Like I say, this is not a fucking like a revenue stream for me. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a fucking, I live and die for the fucking YouTube channel. But it seems like there are a few people that live and die for their YouTube channels, and they're trying to make a career off this stuff like that. I ain't got no Patreon. I don't want people to be buying me cameras, laptops, new phones and all that shit. I don't give a fuck, mate. I do it with my laptop. I do a simple thing. You can see my screen here. That's it. Do you know what I mean? This is very simple. You can do this for free. I think it cost me a tenner for a year's subscription for this thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is why I'm doing this video, because like I say, I put Brian's information out there. A side note was the people he was affiliating himself with, and I could say to him that maybe you should be a little bit more careful or whatever, but you know, that's up to Brian. But all I'm going to go into now is very quickly the whole Tommy Robinson thing, because people seem to be very confused about the whole thing, and even people within the Free Tommy movement, and people that, you know, like I say, people that I've mentioned in my last video, like Redfield Peel and Eddie is okay, and all those guys that are you know, with that movement, Nanny Robinson and people like that. Like, it's a right-wing movement. It's a right-wing racist movement. You know, if you look at the characters that are involved in it, you know, you look at Tommy Robinson's history. I mean, it's so obvious to people with half a brain. You know, if you look into the EDL and you look into the people that funded it, and you look into the people that are organising it, it's the same kind of characters that are funding and organising these Free Tommy rallies and helping him get out of jail and all this kind of shit. This is publicised on websites from the people that actually helped him. So like I say, the EDL was you know, everyone knows it, the English Defence League. It's kind of anti-Islam, anti-immigration, that kind of stuff. So, you know, that was funded by a gentleman who has done speeches saying things like, and this is the thing, I ain't going to drop no names, yeah, because it's easy to literally do a quick Google search, and all, you know what I mean, it's very quick, very, very easy. Just type in English Defence League funding, organisation, whatever, you'll find a certain gentleman, right? And this gentleman is openly saying in one of his videos that they wanted football hooligans, they wanted football fans, because especially if they're out on a Saturday after a game, if they can do a rally after that and while they're all out on the street, they can get them. All right, this is the tactics. All right, this is the tactics. They want football hooligans. They want these people that are ready to kick off. So do a little bit of research. Be diligent, man. Be diligent. Don't wait for people to tell you this shit. Like me, because I can't be fucking arsed with it. The fact that we have to start right from the basis and have to say to people, oh, do you know who's funding these people? It should be a fucking known thing. You guys should know, if you're supporting Tommy Robinson, who's funding him and who's organising the events and where the money's coming from. Yeah, you should know this. Right? I shouldn't have to sit here and do a video on it, but very quickly I am going to do a video on it. And like I say, this is going to be my last video, because it just seems to me that people are either ignoring or they don't want to look into who's funding these groups and what their actual agenda is. So this is the thing. Diligent Rascal, 14th of August 2018. At a Diligent Rascal on Twitter. Add me up on there. But we're going to get into this well quickly. So it's going to be a really, really quick video just to go over basically who's funding Tommy Robinson and these people, who's organising the rallies, because it's out on the website. It's not me speculating. This is a proper website. So let's get into it. So damn, as they say, this shit is very, very muddy and convoluted, this whole subject, all right? So what we're going to do, I'm going to tell you about these people, Middle East Forum, okay? Now the Middle East Forum, they have projects that they do. It is a right-wing conservative Israeli think tank or group or charity or whatever you want to call it. And basically, the Middle East Forum promotes American interests in the Middle East and protects Western values from Middle Eastern threats. Okay, as it says here. All right. So they've got various projects, and one of the projects is the Legal Project. Okay? The Legal Project protects the public discussion of Islam and related topics. If Islamism cannot be discussed, it cannot be reformed. Okay? So they're talking about the free speech. They support free speech when people are discussing Islam. Now, I'm not going to get into the fact that they're not backing free speech when it comes to criticising Israel or backing Palestine. Let's not get into that, because when it comes to free speech about that shit, these fuckers are silent as shit. All right, but let's not get into this. The main reason I'm on this website is this. Tommy Robinson free, Middle East Forum heavily involved. Okay? And Middle East Forum organises 25,000 strong protest in support of Tommy Robinson, plans additional rallies as well. Okay, so this is on the Middle East Forum website. So they're saying that they helped him get out of jail and they've organised the protests. End of story. Okay, end of story. There's no ifs, buts or maybes about this. This is their website. They have said they're the ones that helped him get out of jail. They're organising the rallies. Boom. There's the truth. So, then we're going to talk about, okay, the people involved in those rallies, alright? So we're talking about your Red Pill Pills, yeah? Red Pill Phils, sorry, and your Nanny Robinsons, and your Eddie Is Okays, yeah? And your other people there that are involved in all this fuckery there, alright? So, Middle East Forum, look into them. They funded the rallies. They helped Tommy Robinson, okay? End of story. End of story. There's no if, buts or maybes about that. That's a fact, yeah? So the Middle East Forum, they're backing it, they're giving the money, and their aim is to promote American interests and Western values, right? So why are they backing this fuckery? Alright, why are they backing Tommy Robinson? Well, it's obvious, because he's anti-Islam and they are pro-Israel, and that's why. Because basically he's helping in their cause by demonising Israel. By demonising Islam, they are then helping the cause to demonise the Palestinians. As simple as that. So anything where they can attack Islam, these Middle East forums are on it, okay, and they'll give you money. There's also the guy in Holland that they backed with money and helped support him and that as well. So this is not conjecture, this is fact, alright? So this movement is being backed, the Tommy movement is being backed, funded by the Middle East Forum, alright? That's fact. Now, so we get into this group, all the people, Red Pill Phil, Eddie is okay, and these guys here, okay? Now, the reason why I've got it on Eddie is okay, rather than any of them other guys, okay, is because I actually like Eddie is okay. And it's a bit of a madness, really. I actually like him. I really do. And I think, you know what? He's got into something and he's clocked. He's clocked that it is not the movement he thought it was. He has clocked that there are some people in the movement that are fucking up to bullshit. And I think the fact Eddie is okay knows that this is going on, alright? So, like I say, I like Eddie, do you know what I mean? I like what he's talking about, and he talks about some real interesting stuff down here. You know, William Cooper stuff, you know, Lucifer, the fall of the Masonic God, and all this kind of stuff. You know, black consciousness and things like that. So, you know, like I say, I think he's clocked, man. I think he's clocked. In some of his videos, in a couple of his videos, he's talking about people in the Tommy movement chatting bullshit and saying this kind of stuff about him being in a jail with X percentage of Muslims and that, and he knows that's bullshit. So I think he's starting to see through it. But the fact that the problem I have as well, man, like, think about... If you're on a rally with 25,000 people, and the majority of those people, the huge majority of those people are made up of football hooligans and right-wing people and racists and that, really, like, man, you've got to feel uncomfortable in them places, man. Like, surely, like, you would feel uncomfortable around that crowd. And I'm pretty sure you probably have felt uncomfortable in that crowd. And you've probably had people say stuff to you, and you've probably heard shit. Like I say, man, so... This is only a very quick video just to literally tie all this up, yeah? Because, like I say, Brian Harvey's information is Brian Harvey's information. He's putting that out, alright? And I just found it strange that he was affiliating himself with a group that was funded by the Middle East Project, because his battle is against Rupert Murdoch, who, you know, we can delve into his opinions on Israel. So, we you know, this is the thing. Like, why are you affiliating yourself that are funded by a right-wing pro-Israeli group? When your battle is against Rupert Murdoch, it doesn't really make any sense. But like I say, that's down to Brian, okay? And like my thoughts on the first video was literally getting round to that to say, look, just watch it, man. These people are affiliated with people that you probably don't want anything to do with. So, like I say, and just finally, as I say, Eddie is okay. I think you've clocked it, mate, and I think you probably will see a lot less from Eddie is okay going to these marches and things like that. He actually said in one of his videos, if people don't pay him, if he doesn't get money on his Patreon and his supporters don't give him money, he's not going to the rallies. So is that a way of him just saying, look, fucking, I need a reason not to go to these fucking rallies because they're bullshit? So is the reason, oh, if people ain't going to give me money for a new laptop, new iPhone, this, that, this, I'm not going to these rallies. So it's cool, man. Just come out and say it, Eddie, innit? Just come out and say, look, I don't want to do this shit anymore, man. These people are fucking racist. End of. You know what I mean? It's cool, man. It's cool. It's not a problem. Just say you don't want nothing to do with it no more. We all make mistakes, mate. And like I say, Red Pill Phil, I'm waiting for part 2 of Brian Harvey's interview. This Red Pill Phil Brian Harvey interview 1. They said there was going to be another one. It's been 2 weeks or so, maybe a little bit longer, and we've not heard nothing back. There's not another one come out yet. So I don't know if Brian's waiting until the court case is done, because apparently that's on the 24th. So, like I say, I don't really know about all that, but it just seems strange there ain't another part 2 of the video, because apparently there was a lot of information that they didn't quite get into, and I think it's possibly into the Tom Watkins stuff, the part 2. So, this was literally just a little video just to prove to these people, when I say that Tommy Robinson is funded by nefarious groups, he is funded by nefarious groups, and he is a pawn. And if you can't see this and you can't do the research into the groups that you're joining or affiliating yourself with, yeah, to see where the money comes from and asking the questions like that, then you're a fool, innit? Simple as that. So, you know, Red Pill Phil, he knows who funds these rallies. And maybe Eddie is okay, doesn't know, or maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he ain't been told who the money man is, yeah? Who the money men are, where the money's coming from, where the organisation, who's giving the people these laptops, these phones, the money for that. So I believe Red Pill Phil knows, but I don't think Eddie is okay, possibly, but knows. Maybe he's starting to find out. And like I say, I rarely do follow up videos, but I've done one in this because I was getting a load of shit in the comments about this, that and the other, and I just wanted to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Tommy Robinson is funded by nefarious people with an agenda, and that's what I've done in a little quick 15-minute video this morning. Eddie is okay, big up yourself, mate. Still, I think you know, man. I think you know. I think Red Pill Phil is too far gone, and he's liking the power and that and the fact that he's got a voice among those people, and that's fine. Let him crack on with that, man. But Eddie is okay, man. I think you've clocked, and I think we'll see a lot less of Eddie affiliating with these guys. But yeah, like I say, everyone can see. It's on the Middle East Forum website. This is who's funding Tommy Robinson and organising the rallies and giving the money. So all the, you know, the people that are going to these Free Tommy rallies and the Free Tommy movement, all the organisation, the planning, it's all coming from these guys, and that is what I wanted to say. All right, so this video is done, and this topic is done. Like I say, Brian Harvey's got his information out there. He's doing what he's doing. I've said my piece. I said my piece about the Tommy Robinson guys. Now I've just basically shown you who's funding them and that. So that's it. I'm done. I didn't really have no dog in this fight, really, apart from the fact that, again, it's a proof that our government is fucking around with Brian Harvey and people that have information. And it's just another bit of proof of that. But then you've got a lot of these nefarious groups and characters like Tommy Robinson just muddying the waters and fucking everything up and just doing things for their own benefit. So yeah, it is the 14th of August 2018. I'm a diligent rascal. Catch me on Twitter at a diligent rascal. Thanks everybody for joining me and checking out this little quick video. Also shout outs to people in the comments that were backing me up as well, because there are a lot of smart people on YouTube, man, and we know that the YouTube comment section is like a fucking swamp. Yeah, some of the people are just downright stupid, ignorant fuckers, but there are a lot of intelligent people with a lot of intelligent comments that go on there, and I want to thank each and every one of you just for backing the facts on this one. Shout out to them. You know, I may do some other videos as more information comes out on this, but like I say, there's other things that I want to be talking about that's going on in the world at the moment, but this was just an interesting thing that happened with Brian putting his information out, and it just shocked me who was actually putting his info out. So that's why I did the original first video. This one is just to clear up actually who's organising and funding these people. So do your research yourself. I ain't going to go into it no more. There's nothing really I need to say more about this. So thanks again for everyone that commented. Thanks again for everyone that watched the video. If you've shared it or whatever, thanks a million. So I just want to sign off. Shout out to everyone. Diligent rascal. Enjoy your day, people.